Reset. Hey everyone, Jeff here at Cine Gear 2014. We're at the Zacuto booth and we're going to talk to Steve real quick about a lot of the new stuff. Now they introduced some of this stuff at NAB where they talked about it, but this is the first time it's out in the public, right? So the new control grip and the Z motor. So why don't you run through this a little bit for us there, Steve?
This is the second time it's been out in public. The first time was at Abel a couple days ago. We introduced this, and this is the control grip, and what it does is it allows you get a hand grip here that has full zoom control of the camera, and it'll work. Right now we have a Canon Cine Zoom on here, and I'm going to show you how simple it is to install this. It's basically just a hand grip and a motor with a cable. That's it. The control box, the power system even, if you look here, the whole thing will run on this Canon 5D battery. It's hard to believe, but this thing has been on here for now 4 days. It just goes and goes and goes, because when we tested this, we actually took the motor off, put it in at full speed, and right now this is only at like 8th speed, and we ran it for 30 minutes before it died. So I mean, in normal use, you're going like this, like this, like this. It'll last days with this battery. So in general, what happens here is you have this camera control cable as well. So it can either be a one cable system if you don't want to control your camera. If you want to control your camera, it's a 2-cable system, very simple, no control box, no nest of cables, and it'll control every camera. It has this particular LAN C cable controls the Canon and F-series Sony cameras, and then there's an Alexa cable, an Epic cable, and we'll make cables for any camera you want. And you get your start-stop button. You have 5 assignable buttons, so you could like make this white balance, ISO, magnification, stuff like that. And then if you hold the menu button down for 2 seconds, you're drilled right into the menu system, and you can use the joystick to navigate as normal.
Now this has currently one motor attached to it, but this will accommodate 2 motors?
No, yeah, oh yeah, here, it's in M1 slot right now, which gives you this rocker. In M2 slot, you have your typical iris wheel right here. I only have 2 motors, and I have one here and one there, so because these are prototypes. But yeah, you would just put a second motor right there, and they're very quiet, and you're good to go.
So now talk about the motors a little bit, because this is brand new, all Zacuto designed in-house, right?
Well, with our engineer, we're using a veteran motor designer here. So this is probably, according to him, the highest torque motor you can buy, because it's the motor's inside. So it's the latest design that he worked on with the motor company. And it's an extremely tiny motor. Look at it. I mean, it's about the smallest motor I've ever seen, yet it has the highest torque that you can possibly get. It's a very, very high quality motor. And when you think about it, when you get this hand grip, battery, control cable, and motor for $3,600, a really good motor like this would be $3,600. So it's a really good bargain.
Now, speaking of other motors, if you happen to own a whole collection of other motors, is it possible to use an existing motor from a different company on your control grip?
I can't answer that yet. It's a probably yes, because our motor will work on Preston systems and other things like that. But like I said, I introduced this. This literally wasn't working till I got it Abel. So I haven't tried a Haldane motor. Actually, we did try a Haldane motor. It does work with that. Yeah.
So the potential is there.
Yeah, I think it will. I don't see why not. Yeah.
Very cool. Now you also have the new baseplate I noticed on there too, right? Which is a very new design for you guys.
Yeah, what we're trying to do here is create a completely universal system, which involves our baseplate. Now this baseplate can mount everything from a DSLR all the way up to an Epic. One baseplate works everything. A DSLR, you need a little riser plate that you can buy. An Epic, you need a little taller rod riser here, but besides that, it'll work on every single camera. And it's pretty unique in that it has a long travel for the camera. So like right now, we've created this very small cinema setup. I mean, you can't really get much bigger than this. And assuming you also have the ability to mount things up top here, and you do have rods that can come out the back if you wanted to put a battery system here. And the base plate itself is $600, which is pretty reasonable considering you only need one. Now, some of the cameras will have these options to have top portions where, like here, we put a helmet on with a hand grip. We have a section for the Sony camera, but you can also use our half cage that would have come over here and accomplish the same thing. So the base plate with our half cage and handle will accommodate any rig you can possibly think of.
So now the question for everyone, I think, is when is all this stuff going to be available?
Okay, good question. The base plate's going to be available in 6 weeks. The control grip and motor is an October delivery, and the Graticle, which we introduced at NAB, which is our micro OLED EVF, is going to be available in October too. And our tripod, this isn't it, it's over there, also available in October. All three of them, just coincidentally, $3,600 each.
So it makes it easier to remember the pricing anyway.
It is. I think I did that because I'm never going to remember them.
Well, awesome. Steve, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, here we are at the Zacuto booth again. Thanks for watching.